Hello, Think Natalia community. Today I have the honor of interviewing another friend and client, Martina. I have to look up her name because it's complicated. Jeric-Ruzovits. I hope I did get that right. She is a managing director of a company that focuses on languages and cultures, which makes her a language and culture expert. So thank you so much for being here today, Martina.
Well, thank you, Natalia, for the invitation.
You're more than welcome. Tell us a little bit more about your story and passion. When did you realize that languages and culture is your thing?
Well, I have to be honest, that started a long time ago in school already, because I was in a tourism school. So I had English and Italian as my second and third language, and I did my A-levels in both languages. So started very early. And then I also I was working in the tourism sector. So that's another reason why I was so connected to languages, but also cultures, because there are a lot of guests from all over the world, different countries, different cultures, and you have to communicate with them, and you have to communicate differently with them. So has always been a part of my life, my profession. And after spending 1.5 years in America, that
Where?
added to
East,
in West, close to San Francisco.
Ooh.
In the Bay Area. So really nice. No winter time.
I like.
Yes, and I got really lucky, I have to say. I met so many lovely people, and I'm still in contact with them. And that was, wow, let me think, 19 years ago.
Wow.
When I was there. So I was
insane.
20 years old, and I'm still in contact, still my friends, and it was one of the best times, I would say. And living there and also speaking the English language was the best thing for me, because after coming back from the States, I knew exactly that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. At that point, I didn't know how, and I wasn't thinking about a language school, but I knew it had to be something with languages and cultures.
Okay, and you went all in, you quit your job, or did you start, with a side hustle and then eventually build it up over the years?
Well, I came back in 2004 from America, and in 2006, I decided to become self-employed, a freelancer, but I did not go all in at that point. Okay. So it was only a part-time, or I was a part-time language trainer and translator at that point. And in 2014, that was actually the year where I had to choose between the life as an employee, a typical employee, or being my own boss. And as you can see, yes. I picked the latter. So I'm here, I'm my own boss, I have my language school, and I'm really happy, and I've never regretted it.
Amazing. I love stories like that. So the school that you are managing, that you founded, is it targeting individuals that you teach different languages? Or is it also targeting companies? And what do you then do in the company? So tell me more about how does it work?
Okay. So Casalingua itself, that's the name of my company. We offer language courses and trainings in-house at companies, but also at our office in more than 20 languages now.
Whoa!
We offer cross-cultural trainings, also in-house for companies, and workshops, as well as translation services, proofreading, and interpreting. Nice. So for conferences and meetings, in Vienna and abroad.
Oh, that's so important. I've recently, not so recently, it was in January. I've been at what was it? It was a workshop or a retreat of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he spoke in English, and he had, I think, four translators that were sitting in these tiny little boxes, and they were translating into Spanish and into German and into Russian. And I don't know what the last language was, but they have been translating. Literally, it started sometimes at 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning until 6 p.m. So I have the biggest respect for people who translate, especially live during conferences. Kudos to you and your team.
It is very challenging, yes, and there's a lot of preparation before. So you need to get into details and look up all the special wording that you
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, especially when you go into a field that is zero your expertise, like neuroscience, and you
Mm-hmm.
have all of these long words, for sure. Interesting. Okay, good. So you were successful. You are successful in what you do. But nevertheless, at a certain stage, you reached out to me and you said you want to do more on LinkedIn. So tell me more about the reasons or the motivation behind that. Why LinkedIn and why did you approach me?
I have always been, and I'm still on Facebook and Instagram, and I also use the German platform Xing.
Mhm.
But because I wanted to reach the people who do business international, I wanted to go on LinkedIn because that's where the people actually are, and not so much on Xing or on Facebook. And I wanted to reach more companies instead of just individuals. So that was the reason why I picked LinkedIn
Mhm.
for my, well, now actually my main platform. And yes.
I love
uh,
stuff like
and
that.
it will remain my main platform, I'm sure. Yeah.
Very, very good. Okay. And I've seen you evolve. I've seen your milestones. I've seen you overcome fears, obstacles, lame excuses, as we all do. What was maybe one of the first milestones or one of the moments that you're very proud of when you look at how you have evolved with your content, with your personal brand as a thought leader on LinkedIn over the last 8, 9 weeks?
I think there have been a lot of milestones, but the first one was definitely my first video, I have to say. It was awful and it was challenging, and it took me forever to get the perfect video for me at that time. I know, perfect, yes. um, but I did it, and it got online, and it was okay. Yes. No,
Yes.
it was, yes. I was happy with it,
Perfect.
even though it was not the perfect video. But I think that's also one thing that I've learned, that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be authentic and honest, and that's what I've learned. So I think that's another milestone, if you can say, yeah, it's a milestone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love how you overcame yourself and how you looked at the technical details and what you need to do here, and you read a lot and you got feedback and then you did it, although you knew it's not going to be amazing, it's not going to be a Hollywood production, but you overcame yourself. And I think I remember that you have been trending with your content, right? It's something that didn't happen before either.
No, not at all. I think the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, there have been a few posts that were trending. I'm not quite sure how it works still on LinkedIn, how and why I'm trending, but it had never happened before. So that was wow. Okay. I'm happy, no matter what kind of post it is, but yeah, it's trending. So I was really happy to see that.
Okay. And do people also say that they see your content more often? Do they approach you? Do you get more profile visits or contact requests? Do you have the feeling that your brand is seen more often and gets more attention?
Yes, definitely. A lot of people approached me and said, yeah, your visibility is a lot better. I see your postings almost every day, even though I'm not posting every day, but still they see it based on where they are.
Yeah.
So they also contacted me for collaborations or that we do things together. And what I'm really happy about was that people from my business, you know, from the cross-cultural communication business, contact me and approach me and say, oh, you know, I want to connect, and let's exchange ideas and thoughts. And that's, yeah, another wow for me, because that's exactly what I wanted. And yeah, you helped a lot in that, you and your tribe.
Awesome. You're part of this amazing tribe of people who really go out there and do things, although they don't feel ready yet, although it's brutally new and it is stuff that we have been procrastinating for such a long time. So thank you again for going out there and for making it happen. We talked about content, we talked about milestones. Let's talk about leads. Did you also generate some leads while we were closely working together? And if so, can you estimate approximately how many leads you generate, let's say, per month? I know that, you know, it always fluctuates, and but if you could give us a number. And for everybody who's listening and who's not aware of this, we're talking about organically generated leads. It means ad free. We're talking about content, we're talking about reaching out to people, we're talking about strategic collaborations, etc., etc.
Yes, over the last 2 or 3 months, not in the beginning, but after a while, because the visibility was so much better, people approached me. And through that, I got leads in HR or personal development, and also my business, like I said before. And having that leads is, yeah, that was a big step. And in terms of numbers, it was the last 2 months, about 30 that I got new leads.
Good.
And yeah, I'm hoping that the numbers grow.
For sure they will, for sure.
And also from those leads, I got a few new clients out of it. So it was not only that they or have become my leads, but also clients, individuals and company. So
Great. Great. Because I mean, I love content. I love building personal brands. I love to bring people together and all of that. But I want to make sure that you also have a return of investment in the shape and form of money, because just likes and comments and hey, you're awesome cannot pay your bills. So very, very happy to hear that as well. Let's talk maybe also a little bit about the tribe. So how did you benefit the most from the tribe, or where did they help you the most, or what did you appreciate the most when working closely together with other individuals from a total different continent, from a total different industry, from a total different path of life, but who all decided to go all in on LinkedIn?
I think that the coaching itself, or the group coaching and the tribe, was one thing that was one point that led me to your website, or to pick you as a coach, because I think being in that tribe, in that group, you're not alone in it. Yeah, you can exchange ideas, you can ask for help or for feedback, and a few of them also helped me with creating my name for my culture talks, my interviews. So that was really helpful. And I've also some collaborations now, because you know, when you see the other posts, you see, oh yeah, that's, you know, I like what she's doing. And so we exchange ideas and say, okay, how can you help me, or the other way around. So it's not only me by myself trying to go out there and do my postings, but also have others and benefit from that, because I see what they're posting, what works, what doesn't work, and I can just apply that to my postings, and that's very, very helpful.
Yeah, because what works for one person might work for you, but it doesn't because it's different industries, it's different
Mm.
niches, it's different genders, it's different target groups. There's so many factors. But when somebody found a secret sauce, why not try it on your pancake or on whatever you're trying to put the sauce on as well? And if not, then you maybe fine tune a few ingredients or recipes if the core idea is good in itself. So that's what I really like about the tribe, in the sense that the collaboration, the spirit of the group is really awesome. You're not in competition with each other, and you see or find ways how to support, how to go out there and be great, which is amazing. And yeah, is there one last thing that people maybe should know about me? Any funny anecdote? I remember that you stumbled over one of my posts. That was an outtake. I think one of the first contacts that we had was you seeing me totally failing and or doing things in a funny and stupid way. And I think that was the reason why we initially, or why you said, well, maybe she might be the right coach, correct?
Yes, that was one reason.
I
But
like her, she's crazy.
um, I think I saw just one or two videos, and that was one of it. Just the outtakes to see how authentic you are and how you present yourself. You know, it wasn't important to be perfect. Yes, you would like to look nice, of course, but and do nothing wrong. But that was so honest and so sincere, and just like I said, authentic, that I wanted to work with you. I just found out after that you're crazy, but
Fair enough. Ah.
um, yeah, but that's okay. I think that's part of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the colorful Natalia that I like, that a lot of other people like, and the reason why, I mean, I picked you is because you're, to me, you're special. You're something that stands out, and that was important to me. You know what you're doing, and I've recently said, you know, I would like to compare that meeting you and picking you with buying shoes. It's not the best way to compare
Oh, and I
with
like
that.
it because shoes, if they're nice, that's like, that's a great memory that might even stay for a few decades.
But you know, if you go in and you see those pair of shoes, and they kind of have to talk to me and say hi, you know, that's exactly, waving at me or something. um, and I guess that's what you did, or your video did with the outtakes. I think that you were waving at me, uh, you know, and that was it. Yeah, you got me hooked.
Oh, thanks so much for sharing that story and for your beautiful and kind words. I really, really appreciate that. I loved working with you. And again, I just I find so much joy in seeing people overcome their fears and like grow to the next level, making money, making an impact, getting to know new friends and beautiful people. So yeah, I mean, thank you for approaching me. Thank you for working with me. And I really look forward to meeting you in person in the very near future once this situation, the global situation,
Mhm.
changes. So thanks for that. What kind of people should connect with you on LinkedIn?
There are 3 to 4 groups.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is HR executives and those who are responsible for the personal development in a company,
Mm-hmm.
or deal with cross-cultural communication and need support in the communication within the company and across cultures. Also marketing and PR in terms of translations if they need some help,
Mm-hmm.
or event managers who do need from time to time interpreters, yeah, for the
Perfect.
conferences and
Yeah,
meetings. So
for
those
sure.
are the groups. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. I'll make sure that I link to your LinkedIn page and also to your company page so people can directly get in contact with you. So thanks once again for sharing your story, for everything that you do. And I see you next time on LinkedIn, I guess.
Yes, definitely. So thank you again.
You're more than welcome. All right. And if you who just watched this video said, Natalia, I think I want to talk to you, let's do that. I invite you to have a strategy call with me, a free strategy call. And in order to do that, simply go to coachingwithnatalia.com, have a look at the page, then fill out a short form so that I get to know you better, pick a slot in my calendar, and then my team is going to have a look at your application. If they believe that we're a good match and that the time and whatever circumstances are right, then you and I will be having a beautiful conversation very soon. So during that strategy call, we're going to have a look at where you are right now with your LinkedIn marketing strategy, what works, what doesn't, and based on that, we're going to build a new strategy for you, and I will share more than a handful of low-hanging fruits that you can literally harvest and use literally the day once we finish the conversation. So if that sounds good, coachingwithnatalia.com. I thank you for your time and talk soon.